Okay, I think we are live. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Let's see. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, I think we're good. Awesome. Okay. Just need to mute myself here. All right. I appreciate it. All right, nice. Yeah, so on last stream was a little bit rough. I spent some time trying to make like an AI spawner because I was having too many enemies at the same time. And it was lagging too much, so I made this trigger box, so when I walk through it I get an enemy. I spawn an enemy there. I still want to randomize and make it work a little better, but at least we're getting way better performance now. So here we should get some, yeah. So I made this enemy kind of like come out from the soil. And I still want to add some cool sounds and like some effects where it kind of like moves the soil around. The thing is that it doesn't phase me. I would like the enemy to face me when it comes out, because sometimes it will just come out and it won't attack me. It will just move around. So that's the thing. For example, like this one. But at least I got something going on. I tried too many like different ways of doing this, and that's kinda cool. The enemy coming out from the soil. So yeah, right now I'm just gonna focus a little bit on world building, trying to work on the environment a little bit. Yeah, this weapon is a little bit too strong. Then we can work a little bit more on the enemies. This skull is super high poly, but with nanite it just works so nicely. Definitely need to adjust the damage. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just a bunch of like destroyed buildings and stuff. But I want to add some cool stuff to it. Let's see what can we add to this. These mechs are very cool, but I would like to break them into chunks, so it's gonna be like some kind of like some mech battle, like a mech graveyard kind of thing. So we're gonna have like a bunch of metal pieces just laying around. Yeah, these are super heavy models. Yeah, this might not work very well here. This could be way bigger. Let me take the fog out a little bit. Yeah, this might work very good for other areas. maybe this one could be like part of. That's a little bit too exaggerated. Like missiles are way smaller. that would be cool. Some earthquakes. That I haven't thought about it. That's a good idea. Yeah, just playing around and see. that's too big. Okay. Maybe we can scatter some stuff. Let's see what happens. If we add this scatter here. That's nice. That's a good way to learn. Don't tell me this is spawning on top of the volume. Huh. That's funny. Just gonna push them down for now. We want this to be spawned on the ground. I'm gonna make this super huge. Oh yeah, don't worry, that happens all the time. Yeah, for example, today it was taking forever to load. After hitting play, it was taking too long. But I kind of like put some stuff into the data layers, restarted my computer, and it kind of worked very nicely. Yeah, making assets is nice. like kit bashing a lot. Kind of like building Legos. Let's see what makes sense to have here. Kind of want to have some metal stuff. Maybe it's called rebar. Yeah, let's try those things. And we have 4, 8, 10. Okay. The cool thing is that I can then merge this thing into a single mesh and just push it all over. Maybe like even scatter that again. Kind of like making a prefab. Why is the scale not right? It's kind of like squishing a little bit. The assets here are fine. It's kind of scattering all over the place here. Not sure why it's coming out of the box. I'm trying to make a free roam, yeah, like an open environment. The Discord link is not working. Let me check that out. Let me check that out. I think. Oh, yeah. Probably need to update this before streaming. I tried to make it permanent, but was giving me issues. Okay, now it's updated on the video description on YouTube. Let's see. Oop. Okay, let's see if we can scatter this a little bit better. Also, the rotation. Nice, it worked now, okay. The rotation is not... It's not so nice. Hey, okay, maybe if we go here, 45. Oh, we can align to normal. Let's see. Kinda strange. Why is it like scattering outside of the volume? Let's see, maybe. The distribution method. Planar down, planar grid down. On a spline, spline down, area. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing it like that. Yeah, not sure why is this. Not spawning inside the box. Okay, let's try it only with one. Just one instance. Still doing it like that way. Why is it going like that? Okay, wait. Yeah. These meshes are messed up. Yeah. First of all, it's cause yeah. Oh my god, that's why you need to always check. These meshes are way messed up. We need to put the pivot right in the center of that mesh. Now things are going to spawn where we want them. Okay. I was like, what the hell? Definitely it was the mesh. Okay, that's cool. Distribution area, okay. External. Yeah, I wanna see if we can get the rotation. The rotation. Okay, rotation minimum and maximum. There you go. So let's say 90. Minimum and maximum is gonna all there. It's just gonna lay them down. Okay, now we're getting something. Okay, we can change the scale. Clustering. Oh crap. That's kind of cool. Clusters of 5. That's kind of nice. Let's see. rotation. Let's rotate them around here. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now let's try to add another shape. Something like maybe this one, like this. The problem with this thing is that before we do anything, we need to center the pivot of this. Of these assets, because the pivot is not properly set. Just gonna go to modeling tools, edit pivot, center. Nice, now we can get some stuff in there. I don't like the scaling of this. I don't know why it's messing up with the scale. That's something I don't get. Scale is good here, yeah, and it's messing up with the scale. Why is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, on scale is changing from 0 to 0.1. Unfortunately, random non-uniform scale. No, we don't want non-uniform. We just want to keep it uniform. That makes way more sense. I want less of these ones. Relative probability. So relative probability 0.25. They disappeared. 0.25. 0.25. Okay, no. That's kind of ridiculous, like does not allow me to do any points. So 1 is the smallest number. This is just scale. Alright. Number of instances, that's for everything. Yeah. Sand particles are very nice. I actually have this sand effect from the Project Titan. That's like falling sand. Definitely want to use that one. I want... Okay, so let's say we have 10 of these. Ah, okay, it's relative to each other. I see how it works. Okay, so yeah, we want double of them. That is gonna give us less of the other ones. I see how it works. So for the other mesh, let's say we want 3 of them. That's gonna give us less of the other one. Let's add another mesh, which is gonna be this one. This is what I don't want. I don't want this to be... Okay, so let's say we're gonna have 5 of these. That kind of works. That feels kind of... Then we can do some pipes and do some other cool stuff. Oh, it does affect playtime, but we're gonna bake it. Oh, it's not visible right now, huh? Oh, look at this, it's up there. I think it is up there. It's okay, we can just bake it. Thank you. Yeah, this is the super high poly skull. But if we go far away from it, Nanite does a great job of getting rid of those triangles, simplifying it to a very, very good thing. Let's get some cool pipes for this, for the floor. I want to get to the level of detail of the Forever Winter. That's kind of like my reference. I really like the Forever Winter. The environments are so nice. Let's see if we can find some cool pipes. Oh, nice. Those are new. Yeah, those are huge. No, we don't really want those. Yeah, let's try to use these ones. I think this one might look nice. Might be too crazy. Maybe we can try something different. Something more flat. I think this one might work. That one is kind of cool. The thing with this one is that I think the rotation is not based on the mesh, it's all combined, which is, yeah, that's not so nice. Oh, maybe we can do this one. But we want it to be way smaller. Nice, this one has some welding and stuff. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's try to get it smaller. So I'm gonna actually make a copy of this one. We're gonna modify this a little bit. I wanna get it here. A rubble or rebar. Okay, so we're gonna match this rotation. And the scale a little bit. So the thing scatters a little bit nicer. Nice. I think that kind of works. Texture is kind of cool. Also, let the rotation of this, I think I might even put it like that. Yeah, it's okay. I think this might work way better. So we're gonna go to model. Make sure that it's not the original piece. X-form, bake transform, rotation and scale. Nice. Then we're gonna select this one, browse to this asset and change it right there. Boop. Nice. Now we have pipes that make a little bit more sense. And I want more of them. I want more of these pipes. How do we get more of them? Maybe let's get here 5. I don't really like this. This is similar to PCG, but PCG really gives you way more control. Cannot really adjust them individually, which is Yeah, that's not so bad. Yeah, it's kind of like some kind of like a PCG4. Kind of like a simplified scatter tool. Okay, that's kind of cool. I want to add some vertical stuff to it. Let's close this one. Yeah, let's close that one. Let's add this one. Maybe we can get something very thin. I think this one might work. This one might work nicely. Maybe not the texture, but where's the mesh? That's kind of cool. These pipes I do want them to have another texture, so we're gonna make a copy of that one. Yeah, these are too nice. We're gonna get some rust. Wow. This is a baked texture. We don't want that. We want the ones that don't have any baked information into them. The material that does not have baked information. It's one of those. That's nicer. Yeah, let's just drop it like that. That's kind of cool, but still not getting to the level of detail that the Forever Winter gets. The Forever Winter, like, I mean, like they just have piles of stuff. Hey, how's it going? Sci-fi horror, yeah. I'm not sure how much of horror this is gonna have, but I do like sci-fi horror a lot. Let's see if we can achieve something like that. Let's add a little bit more rubble to this. I might need to I might need to maybe make two of them, two scatter graphs. One for the flooring, one for the top detail. I think that might make more sense. Yeah, I think we can just work in layers like that. Vulnerability, yeah, for sure. Yeah, in the forever winter, you never know. Hey, how is it going? Yeah, in the forever winter, you never know when you're gonna die. Like, it's I think, I'm not sure if they made it easier, but yeah, you're just walking around and it's like, my god, you know you're gonna get killed like very easily. Yeah, I wanna make it super foggy, super foggy. Just go and explore and get some cool enemies in there. I got this AI spawner. Let me get this flooring done, and I'll show you the enemy. I got this bug enemy to come out of the of the ground. I'm still working on that spawner, but it's kind of fun. It's nice because I'm kind of like using two different blueprints, one only for the kind of like nice. Let's try to spawn more stuff in here. So I want another layer for the floor, and we're gonna use some debris, static mesh, rubble. I wanna make some of these look more like metal scraps. Let's see. Let's try to use this one. Let's get maybe this one. Oh, I totally forgot these ones. They don't have the pivot point properly set. Yep. So we need to set that one. And then it's gonna be very cool. Okay, let's set the pivot point. Yeah, we want something more flat for this. Let's actually go here, away from the from that mess, and it's kind of hard to know which ones. You see the pivot point is way off, so we're gonna go to modeling, X-form, edit pivot, center. This is probably not walkable. Probably not. So we need to find some rubble that we can actually walk on. Oof, yeah, the pivot point is... I think this was kind of like made so I can drop it all together and have it like in an overview level. Hey, yeah, YouTube for sure. YouTube is a great place to learn YouTube. If you are starting out, I recommend to you Unreal Sensei. City looks like Philly. I've been in Philly. That's funny. Oh my god, some scary stuff. Let's see, this one. Maybe we can make this just very tiny and then walk on top of it. Okay, let's try to deal with these three things. And my computer specs are, I'm using a 3080 NVIDIA on a bunch of... Oh, what is going on here? Oh, okay. Okay, we're getting 1, 2. Pieces of rubble. This one, let's hide it. Oh crap. I lost the other one. Is that the one? Yeah. Okay, let's try to scatter these 3 pieces. Make them very tiny. Super tiny. not like that, but okay, now we have 3 pieces. Okay, now these 3 pieces, I want to make them very tiny. I have like a small disc and another one which is a little bigger. Definitely you need space to use Unreal. It's always nice to have enough space. If you can get yourself a terabyte, that will be awesome. So yeah, scale, let's just go make this very tiny. 0.1 in scale. It's kind of funny that they react to each other. Huh. Okay, we want the issue with these props is that you have like floating pieces like this. Like what the hell is this? We can probably clean that off with the modeling tools. If I can find the right piece. It was one of them. And we do want to clean that up before merging, because if not, it's gonna be, yeah, we have these two faces floating in there. That one, let's see. No, it's not this one. Yeah, we can make it so the enemies spawn behind the player. That'll be cool. Might get a little annoying, so it would be nice to randomize it. Randomize the location where it spawns. Damn it. Okay, this is the one. Okay, we found it. So this is the one I want to clean up. We have two floating pieces that I want to get rid of. Let's actually push it a little bit here so we have some. I see. Okay, so to clean this up, I'm just gonna go to modeling, attributes, generate polygroups, find connected trees, and then we can go model, poly, edit, faces, and then we can just delete this one. We don't want that floating there. Also this one, yeah, all this floating stuff. There was another one which was very noticeable. Well, I think that's okay. And these are all instances, so if we modify this one, we should get it modified on the rest. And we won't have any more floating stuff. We need to probably make it double-sided so we don't get that. That's a little better. What are the enemies? Okay, we have some like dystopian soldiers. We have some aliens, but I kind of want to make it like mechanical monsters kind of thing, like biomechanical monsters. Okay, we need some rotation here because this is not looking very nice. Rotation on C 0 to 360. So it's just gonna randomize it from 0 to 360. It's gonna give us a way more natural look. Okay. if we bake this down, the problem is that it's not going to react to the environment slope. I mean to the landscape slope, and we can make it look flat. I do like the idea of mutants. Yeah, I do like the idea, having some strange creatures. Okay, we have this here. Kind of feels very repetitive. Scale. So we want the scale to be uniform. There you go. That feels way better. Yeah. I don't know why they have that setting like that. And I want this to be more dense. Maybe. I want to make a test. What happens if we make this run? Yeah, I do like the idea of machines. That's super scary, yeah. Combined with like execute AI scatter at runtime, randomize seed at runtime. Oh, we can randomize seed. Okay, runtime execution delay. Okay, let's see if it some biomechanical mutant stuff. That would be nice. Perfect place to get stuck. Now, why is this? Going like that? Huh. Is there any collision in there or something? No, I don't think so. Yeah, we might. We should probably just use PCG for this thing. Yeah, because we really don't know how much the environment is gonna change the landscape. But let's make a test. Let's call this rebar something like that. Okay, we're gonna make it 1. We're gonna merge it into one thing and see. Hey Shriel, how's it going? Yeah, the terrain we're gonna figure out how to deal with it. Did it actually merge this thing or not? Maybe not. Oh, I think we need to hit convert. Okay, now I think we have it. I think I did it wrong. Okay. No, that's not how we wanted. Kind of like save a preset for the thing that I had, which is it's kind of nice, but that's not exactly what I want. I want to make it a static mesh. Oh no, we don't want to convert the cables, we want to convert to convert scattered instances. Selected BPIA scatter actors to static meshes inside a folder. Okay, I think we don't need to check anything, we just convert. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Oof, I think I did it too many times. It's called content. Just wanna double. Okay, we have this. Yeah, let's make sure that we don't we don't do it twice. Those cables are part of this thing. Just wanna merge it there. Now we only have one of them. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Okay, I wanna test this thing. Okay, wow, that's very quick. And I can save that thing to just keep it dynamic, so that's very nice. What I want to check is this actually going to work to walk around? Let's see if it makes sense. We can simply just take the collision off, or maybe make some convex collision. Or we can just simply keep it dynamic. I'm not sure what's better. Probably keeping it dynamic might be better. That way, if we change the landscape or anything, it's just gonna work like a PCG graph. Just gonna adjust to the landscape. Need to test this out on a build. Let's see. This is also nice just to build some prefabs. Like we can make like piles of stuff. Have it around the edges. I think that's probably what I should have done with this one. Well, this is a big one. Oh. Yeah, some piles of stuff. That'll be cool. Could probably make make some kind of like piles of bones and stuff. Your typical skulls and stuff. Oh crap. Oh crap, probably went too hard with this one. Oh. Mm. I hope I didn't mess up. might might just get stuck in there. Hey, how's it going? Oh my god, I think we got stuck in here. I appreciate the follow. Trying to make a pile of rubble, but I think I went too crazy. Merge it into a single mesh. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Yeah, also kind of want to test it out, but probably probably a bad idea to do this on stream. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. I think it woke up. Maybe not. Um, yeah, the thing with this is that I want to use this scatter tool to kind of like make piles of stuff. And kind of want to test it out, but probably I added too much stuff. Oh crap, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, he woke up. Nice. Oh my god, that was rough. Let's just save it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ray tracing requested memory over budget. Bang. Oh, it's not even nanite. Okay, let's make it nanite. Let's check the collisions. Let's see if we can get some convex collisions on these. The good thing is that my camera, it's right above the it's like a little bit below the knees, so you cannot really see the steps most of the time, so that's gonna be nice for this kind of terrain. I wanna see if my computer can take this. And also wanna see if we can actually walk on top of it. Because I really like the Forever Winter where you can walk on like very uneven terrain, like it really looks like you're gonna get stuck. Like there's actually this level where there's just like rebar like going out everywhere, and it's like it does feel like you're gonna get stuck. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, well, at least we know it's doable. It does take a while. But what I'm really interested in is the walking aspect. Like, can we actually walk on top of this? Can I get like collisions like close enough? Okay, nice. Now it's nanite. Now we don't get the ray tracing error. I mean, over budget message. Okay. Now I wanna see It's just too much stuff. I went a little bit too crazy with this. Let's go 26 DOP. Is this the one I'm looking for? No, I think it's a different one. See if we can get some collision. Okay, let's see. Can we go a little bit more with this? Haven't used this setting in a long time. Convex decomposition. It's not really that good, but let's save it. Another solution might be just taking the collision off totally. But it would be nice to actually be able to it doesn't work that bad. Yeah. Also, the camera is set up in a way where you cannot really see where she's standing, so and you don't get stuck. That's what I like. You don't really get stuck. Nice. So I think this is how they do it in the Forever Winter with convex. Yeah, you get like the kind of like jumping around. Cool. That's one way to do it. So it feels like you're actually walking up and down some stuff. Yeah. Performance, doing great. Let's actually see how this works. Okay, so this technique actually works. Just need to, it does take some time. The problem is that again here, since this is not a flat terrain, this method is not gonna work very nicely for this. We need to make piles of stuff for this. For this terrain. Because I do wanna have some cool terrain. But yeah, that's a nice test. Pretty happy with this. So we're gonna go with the other option, which is do this in runtime. Execute AI scatter at runtime. Let's see, is it going to like go up and down like the other one? Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I really don't know why it does that. That's messed up. I mean, there's no collision in there. There's nothing to make it bump like that. That's I don't really know. Planner down. There's no collision. Actually, this one, we don't need collisions on this one. That's kind of messed up, and it's probably not related to the errand landscapes, because I tried it on the flat area and it still goes and kind of like freaks out, like there's something colliding with it. So you get like this piece. Yeah, this is very nice, like a bunch of detail in the ground. But then we have this other thing just floating there. Why it freaks out like that? Does it? Okay, let's try it. Let's try again and see. It's like just half of this. Yeah, and the other half. That's messed up. Let's try changing the distribution method. To planar grid down. Not sure if this is gonna change anything. But it will be nice if it doesn't, like, if it stays in the ground. It does stay in the ground, but is it actually? I see. Yeah, I might be the errand landscapes, which is freaking out with the thing. Might be the errand landscapes. It's only tracing part of it on the surface. The other half is going under. Okay, that's not good. Invert, trace, and okay, I'm gonna try it like this. Okay, I got around 40 more minutes to go. Yeah, I need to go to bed a little bit earlier. Why is this happening? Let's try node tracing. Node tracing means that, yep, it's just gonna spawn at top. Yeah. Refresh AI scatter every frame. That's crazy. This is kind of like flipping the meshes. There was another thing I changed. I think it has to do with this relation to face, over, under, center, align to normal. Maybe the align to normal was messing with this. Hopefully that's it. Spawning just fraction of it. And I think it does the same on a flat surface. I think it does the same here. Yep. Just getting a fraction. Just getting a fraction of what we should be getting. The other half, it's underground. Why is doing that? Damn, what the fuck? Attempt to access trash instance static mesh component via proxy SM. Trash instance static mesh component is not valid pending kill garbage. Hey, how's it going? I'm making a like a destroyed city, and I'm trying to scatter some stuff, and I'm getting some errors. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Why is it not like flat on the ground? But it's tracing like over some other stuff. So this piece is nice, but this one is floating. I am using a tool called a IA scatter. It's very similar to PCG. It's like a simplified version. Um, yeah, I might. Yeah, I might need to. Yeah, I might need to do this with PCG because it's oh, fixed distance, but we are not using a spline for this. Just make them foliage. Yeah, foliage is super nice. I do like foliage a lot. The problem with foliage is that controlling the distance, the calling distance and stuff, it's a little tricky. Also, the problem with foliage is that I might not be uh, I might not be able to bring that into like whenever I update this project. I might be able to bring it back. The landscape and the foliage are two things that I'm not sure if I can bring it to other projects. I can just merge, I mean like migrate the whole level, and that's probably what I'm going to do with this one. I'm gonna probably change the name of it, make a duplicate, and just keep working on this one. I need to make that test, because whenever the template updates, it's a little tricky to bring stuff over. Yeah, that kind of sucks. We have all these other meshes just underground. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, it's based on the RPG template. The RPG engine. Yeah, I believe it's a distribution type. Let's see if we can find one that works. If not, I might just do it with PCG, to be honest. This is not so tricky. Gonna have way more control over this. The thing with PCG that I haven't figured out is how to bake the meshes into static meshes, the instances into static meshes. Yeah, there's something funky going on here. Location grip snap. Huh. I don't want a snap. This. Let me see if I can find the other. The other playlist. Is out, is in. Let me try to understand here. So there's a point up there and it is going down. There's like some kind of like also I'm getting some errors, which is damn, I hope there's, yeah. We are not using spline, so I believe all the spline options are not valid here. Damn. And it's by a little bit that goes in. The distance, I don't believe it's gonna change anything. Yeah, I hope it's not related to 5.6, because I remember using this before and it was pretty simple. Same issue. Well, yeah, today we have been trying a lot of different stuff. Yeah. Yeah, today it's been a interesting day, to be honest. It's cool. We are trying a lot of different stuff. So I was expecting to have issues. This is what I don't like. Location grid snap. snap spawn location at the grid, and I cannot reset that one. It really feels like this is causing the issue. That's a nice ambulance. The ambulance. Wow, there's a lot of options here. Yeah, I remember this working super nicely the last time I used it. Okay, wanna see if it has to do with location grip snap. That's one of the things that snap spawn locations to a grid of this size. Makes sense to use in combination with overlapping detector. This is the thing that's the option that I'm like, slope minimum and maximum. This is a flat surface. Does not let me change this snapping. All right, let's check this out. Oh my god. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use PCG for this stuff. Yeah, I can clearly see where it breaks here and goes down. I don't know how much progress do you mean? Yeah. Well, yeah, that kind of sucks, to be honest. thought I thought this was going to be super easy, but it seems like not today. Yeah, I've been working on this project for a couple of months. Yeah. Kind of want to set all the settings to back to normal and see if it has to do with something that I changed. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna leave it here. It's almost 12 p.m. Oh my god, yeah, this bothers me. Yeah, proximity to actor. What is this thing? It's a personal project. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it's tracing over some kind of like sphere or something. Yeah, I'm not sure if I will be able to fix this. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, is the really trying to understand why Static mesh 23 5. That's a crazy graph right there. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Cause wanna keep it dynamic. Like I can always just bake this into a static mesh, but I don't want to do that. So I think I'm probably gonna just make a simple PCG graph. Yeah, probably gave enough time for this. Yeah, dude, it's cool, man. Gonna probably use another. Yeah, gonna probably use just a PCG graph. Trace complex. Oh, it traces a little better with this one. Let's see what results we get. Is it because the collisions we have on the static meshes might be related to the static mesh itself? Still getting that thing. Invert tracing start end. Maybe that could be the thing. Spherical omni distribution. Does take a while to load. Okay, so it scatters from the center. Just like I need to see the trace debug to see. It bothers me that I cannot see the result in the editor, but it changes. Yeah, this is part of the same environment. Some kind of like wasteland. Yeah, I'm using this AI scatter tool, but it's giving me funky results. I'm not sure. Why it's behaving like this. Oh. It's kind of like flipping the result I'm getting. Kind of want to figure out this. I used it before. That's the question. Why is everything flying? Remove collision spheres. Okay, now we can actually see where is this tracing. Okay, I want to use the let's try this one. Spline down, spline omni. It looks fine on the editor. It's just when I hit play, it changes things, and that's messed up. You know, and this is a nice tool. Like, it has a lot of potential, especially for creating prefabs. But yeah, it freaks out like this. And I see that things get spread evenly from the first point that they're getting spawned into. And again, I believe this has to do with the snapping thing. There's a snapping option. There's a snapping option that I cannot really take off. Okay, it's 12 already. Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, this. There you go. Location grid snap. That I want to keep on 0. That location grid snap. I believe it's what's messing things up. The funny thing is that I'm not getting the same results now. Yeah, I don't want to debug anymore. Oh, okay, those lines are just drawn in there. Oof, okay. Can we reset that? Yeah, for a long time. Oh my god. Oh. Wanna take those debug lines off. I got the grid snapping off on the options. It's called IA scatter, and now it's fucking scattering. I knew it was the grid thing. Okay, let me just check underground. Yes, there you go. There you go. That's how it's supposed to scatter. That's how it's supposed to scatter. It was that grip snap. I don't know how I got that there. Yeah, I don't remember touching that option at all. Okay, that's good. Yeah, this is a very nice tool. Like, it's kind of like you can do this with PCG or with other tools. No problem. But it has like a very friendly convert tool, so you can convert things to foliage, you can convert things to static meshes very easily. Like in PC, when I use PCG, it just kind of like, it's a little harder to convert instances into static meshes. You can also do it, no problem. Procedural Minds has some cool tutorials on it, but I had a bunch of issues last time I tried to do that with a building I was making with PCG. I wanted to make it into a static mesh with separate pieces so I can modify it a little bit, and it was just very, very painful, especially because the pivot points and stuff like that. But there's probably a way to do it. Okay, so how do we get rid of this tracing stuff? Oh my god. Trace debug. Okay, I want to trace debug for crap, I cannot find the option. Just for 1 second, so it might clean those lines. It's kind of funny that the option is not under trace. Um, damn, cannot find it. Wow, I am super sure it was around here. Is there a command to just clean the trace lines? Maybe just closing the project might get rid of them. Yeah, probably. That's kind of crazy. I never had so many traces just stuck in there. Let's see if we can figure this one out. Okay, it's staying where it's supposed to, which is good, because it's not snapping to any grid stuff. And it's set to no tracing. That's so confusing. What? Invert? We are on a flat ground also. We need to test this on the other ground. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, let's test this out here. Now things are appearing again. Yeah, this is some buggy stuff right here. As long as stuff is not doesn't get like floating around. Stuff is floating again. Yeah, I'm starting to think that it has to do with the Aren landscapes. Starting to believe that it has to do with the Aren landscapes. It's freaking out. It's not reacting good to the Aren landscapes. I think we probably need to build the Aren landscapes, because I see my grass types are also freaking out. Okay, and here we got this thing here, underground. Yeah. Well, that kind of sucks. And we having some issues here. Yeah, well, gonna leave it here because it's getting late. and I'm gonna probably build the errand landscapes. And that might fix it. Might fix it. If not, I'm just gonna go with PCG. To be honest, I'm not. Yeah, I spent too much time with this tool. All right, thank you so. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.